Hey everyone, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is episode 4 of our Mothership Gradient Descent campaign. My name is John, I'm the warden for the evening, and going around the horn tonight we have...
Hi, I'm Mike, and I am playing the Marine, Rick Sharp.
Hello, I am David, the android, therapist. And remember, you're not the problem, they are.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt. I'm playing Thulsa Du. She's a scientist and accomplice. That's the word. Accomplice to manslaughter.
And normally we'd be joined by Ted, who would be playing Cromwell Dixon, our Teamster, but he is dead to us tonight. So you are without your Teamster and all of his lovely, lovely toys. Okay, so...
Union holiday, or... Sorry.
Yeah. So it is still New Year's Day, 21:25. It's approximately 1:20 p.m. You are in the deep, still on the reception level. Some shit went down. You finally met some other divers. You met Helen, St. George, and you met Tess. Helen appears to have teamed up, according to her. And then there's another diver named Little John who double-crossed her and knocked her out. And basically, after they found an artifact, apparently, which she described as a small black sphere with beetle legs that popped out. Neither Little John nor the artifact are no one knows where they are. She just relayed that she was down in the skeleton works at some point when they found that artifact. She would love to go find Little John again. The other one was Tess, who said that she was being hunted actively by 2 bounty hunters. Suspicions were raised in the cubicle camp whenever you were dealing with her, and everyone, including Helen, rushed her to try to subdue her, and Helen got a little overeager and on bringing her to the ground, cracked Tess's head against a cubicle corner, causing her to die instantly. In true 3D6 DTL party fashion, they stuffed her in a closet.
Well, we felt bad.
I'm not making judgments. I'm just saying that's what happened. All right.
I mean, to be clear, he is, and we should be judged for that one. Everyone was like, no, not the locker. That'd be so debasing. Let's put her in the closet.
But yeah, they found some cool, interesting, in that storage closet, they actually found a weird duct-taped retinal scanner, like a really wonky sort of thing. Cromwell put his eyes in there, and something happened to him. Not really sure what happened, but something happened. Now you've got Helen with you. So first things first, why don't everyone please... Actually, first I need Mike to tell me what his stress is. Actually, everyone give us a stress update, but we need Mike. Sure. We need Rick's because it's been a minute.
Yeah, my stress is at 5.
5, very good. Okay.
My
Benz is at 9. If you need to know
just stress right now.
My stress is at 11.
And I'm rocking a 12. Stress, right. It's fine. It's all good.
Sometimes it's good to miss a session, right, Mike?
Oh, baby.
All right. Now,
especially when I take the week off and you guys decide to murder a teenager, I'm like, I'm okay.
Listen, let's not
tends to jack up the stress. But let's start this session fresh with a nice fat Ben's check from everybody, please. So tell me what your tell everyone what your Ben's check is, what your Ben's rating is, and then you need to roll over that number.
Mike and David, who's going to get the 0? Who's going to get that 0?
Right, John? Percentile? Huh? Percentile dice?
Yes.
Okay. I missed it by... I made it by 1. My Benz is a 9. I rolled a 10.
That's good. That's good for comfort.
I'll go next. I'm terrified. Let's do it.
What's your Benz number?
My Benz is a 3, which was very fortunate. And just to reiterate, John, on my percentile, I got a 00. On my tens digit, I got a 00. On my ones, I got a 1. So that would be a
1.
You got a 1, so you failed it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
On a 3 target. Oh my God.
Unbelievable. All right, Thulsa.
So I increased that by 1, John. Sorry.
No, you don't touch it.
I don't even know. Okay.
We just nothing. Everything's fine. No. Thulsa, she's got this down, man. She rocked it with a 97.
Very good. And you have a Ben's of what?
First good roll of the game for Toll.
Oh yeah, my target was an 8.
Right,
So
great.
she's doing fine. She's doing fine.
Okay, so David, don't just hold on a second there. Just
Hey, you're fine.
making a note.
I'm excited. Don't worry about me.
Okay, so let's just not forget whenever we're making rolls that for the audience's sake, just let them know what your score is, and then maybe you rolled under or high.
Can I ask a Ben's question before we move to the next thing?
Yeah.
Forgive my old man memory. I know that the results of Ben's checks are invisible. I can't remember how we discerned our target number. Would you remind me and everyone else?
You rolled initially when we started the game.
That's what it was. Okay, that's what it was. It was like a character gen thing. Okay, cool.
It's like
That's
a
a
D10,
static numbers. Yeah, a static number as far as we know. Everything else is invisible. That's great. Okay, cool.
Okay. Right. Okay. So last little business, I made a mistake when I was talking about Helen St. George being a possible contractor, which is Mothership's version of retainers. It's not the case. She's just a straight up NPC. A contractor is similar to like a retainer, is a very specific thing. Like you have to enter into terms with the person. They get wages and all that sort of stuff. So unless you enter into those terms, she is merely just an NPC that has, for the nonce, has joined the party, has joined the crew. But that's all very loosey goosey. You guys never really hammered that out. She kind of made her motives known. Like she got a nail gun to the arm from Cromwell. So she's not feeling great. She's managed to dull that pain a little bit because she drank a flask that she ended up finding in her own jumpsuit. So she's pretty well toasty right now. She's also coming down off of the adrenaline rush of taking down Tess. And at this time, you guys have just finished stuffing Tess into that storage closet and retreating back to right across the hallway into the rec center, which was like the abandoned gym sort of thing. That's where you with the bank of lockers that you found Helen unconscious in. Yeah. And as you're kind of taking that moment there after you're all bloody from carrying her in and all that sort of stuff, looking not looking great. She starts to freak out a little bit because she realizes what she did.
Yeah.
Right. Now you're out on the rim. There's not a lot of law enforcement to be had, as far as like, crimes and all that kind of, that sort of thing. I mean, there's certainly law enforcement, but they're different kind of breed. So she's kind of worried about the repercussions of what basically amounts to manslaughter.
Can I engage with her?
Yeah.
Helen, my dear, and for what it's worth, psychology skill, this is sort of like baked into the objective here, right? Helen, what happened was an accident. You were not alone in trying to disarm this poor teenager, we presume. And we all share this guilt. I don't know how you are. I'm doing the slow talk as an android, but it's also laborious. So I'm going to talk a little faster. Sorry. I don't know how you're feeling about this on a personal level. I don't know how you're feeling about it on a legal level, but I can assure you that you are not culpable for an accident in our eyes, and we will vouch for you should anyone ask. We were simply trying to make sure someone who seemed suspicious could not harm us. We were not trying to harm her to the degree we did.
Yeah, right. I got that, but fuck, man, the blood's on my hands. Literally, the blood's on my hands.
I will tell you right now, if you feel that way, it is my fault, not yours. I found you. I told you the situation. I gave you the information that motivated you, and I encouraged you to charge along with me. That is my fault.
Jesus Christ, like, I'm looking out the door and I just know about 20 feet away, we just stuffed that poor girl into a fucking closet, man. It's not
you
good.
Fucking bomb pots.
We're not the only people in here, And this is a heavily trafficked area. People are going to find her.
Question. And I'll pose this to the group, but it's mostly directed at her, but it's like, I'll gesture. I don't think we have the time right this minute, but would you feel more comfortable if we brought her to the bell and fessed up to it being an accident, or said nothing and said a compatriot fell? Or would you feel more comfortable that we hit it more thoroughly? Gauche as that sounds, where you're at is important to us.
Guys.
Hello. Oh, I'm asking the group and her. So if you want to, if you want to chime in, now's the time. Yeah.
Are you asking me? I'm waiting for the guys. I'm waiting for the guys to say something.
Ask it. Yeah.
What
Okay,
I was
that's
sorry
fine.
to be clear, I was directing the question to the group at large, but Helen's feelings are the most important within this hierarchy, right? So I'm both talking to her as sort of, I'm not trying to put it in NPC's hands, right? She's the anxious one, right?
She has two motives. She wants to one, go back to the Bell because she's exhausted and traumatized and feeling guilty and hurt and all that stuff. Like she wanted to do that to begin with, but now she's got the added thing of the trauma of Tess's death. The other thing that's driving her, which you could leverage to make her stay with you if you wanted to, was her desire to get revenge on Little John, right? But she's not. She's a diver, so she knows she's very aware of how dangerous the deep can be. So like you kind of get the impression that it's very single-minded. She's out for revenge, and if you sort of deviate from any sort of plan to hunt down Little John as your top priority, she's not willing to take the risk. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Can I ask a question of you and just generally of the group as well? I don't want to talk too long here. Is there a plausible scenario in which, because we're sympathetic to her state of mind, we encourage her to go to the Bell, but say that we'll be willing to help her with Little John at a later date if she's there? Or do you think John, just realistically, she goes to the Bell and she dives, we never bounces, we never see her again, right?
Well, you don't know if you'll ever see her again. If you're worried about
her
safety,
you know what I mean? But like,
she's mobile and able because it's not that long of a distance. She merely has to go up past security checkpoint Alpha to get back to reception. So she can make it on her own. If you want to send her and be like, okay, go ahead, she's fine with that.
My point is, like, on a human level, and I want to hear the guys' thoughts. On a human level, I would encourage her because of her state of mind to go to the Bell, but I would say that I'm still open to helping her with Little John. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that we can kind of reassure her. And another thing that we can offer, I think, perhaps a more honorable send-off as we are in space is, the honorable exit through the airlock, as we did with the first unfortunate casualty that we came across. Right.
That gives me an idea. Oh,
right. We can just Thulsa also is like, it's probably not the most respectful to leave in the closet, but she's sadly passed. It was an unfortunate accident, but rather than let her body be damaged in any way, we can respectfully send her floating on her way.
I like where your head's at, Thulsa. I think a more to springboard on that idea, corporate speak. I am in corporate attire. Hey, anyway. We have many escape ponds. One would make a great sarcophagus, and to honor the dead, that loss to our future escape is worthwhile, I think. Yes.
You realize that those escape pods probably have homing beacons, and so you're going to shoot like the corpse
that's the goal. That's the goal.
Hold on, the corpse of your murder victim out into space with a big beep 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 on top. Maybe while we do this, we just shoot her out the airlock, and by the time we're done here, we'll have a whole little like orc cloud of our victims just floating around.
Jesus Christ, Mike. Oh my gosh! No,
as we're flying in, what are those bumps?
Oh my God! Oh, it's gonna be horrible. Okay. I hear you. My thinking was you don't have to agree with this idea. My thinking was the homing beacon was actually a way to quote unquote get her home. If that's like the objective being to send her off because it will be found, because it is a form of sort of funereal sort of passage, and because like ultimately, if we're really worried about it, I don't think anyone's going to pin her death on us. In the discovery of her. So it's a way that she isn't abandoned to the vacuum of space nor stuffed in a closet. I think, and it's a loss to us on some level because it's a safety escape. So it's honoring the
spacer.
I can't remember.
I just threw it out there.
Yeah. I can't remember, guys. Did we like search her for like ID and yeah, we did. Nothing.
I wasn't here, but I listened to the episode, and you guys searched her and there was like nothing in there except for like the jacket, right?
Actually, on that point, I have one question, John. I don't know if it helps us at all, but was the state of her jacket significantly different in wear and tear than her jumpsuit?
Not really. No.
As if she'd picked it off someone else. Okay.
No,
Cool.
and remember when she kind of arrived, I kind of described her as looking like she had been run through the mill. Like she had no obvious injuries, but bloodshot eye, like bruises. Yeah, just general wear and tear. But you would associate it mostly from just life on the deep, right?
Sure. Yeah. Well, why don't we come to a decision quick, guys? We know the factors at play. How do we feel? Both about the body and Helen.
Yeah, your scientist says, it's sad, but we have not to waste resources that could save actual lives. So let's give her an honorable send off through the airlock. It's better than closet. We don't know her anyway. Good luck. Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay.
So all right. So you're gonna take the body, and are you going to kill two birds with one stone? And Helen is going to leave you there and give a call to Arcady.
Sure.
I think it's a smart idea. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, I will promise to Helen if she's interested in finding Little John, we will find her at the deep and help her if she's there.
Got it. Okay.
The bell rather than
John,
deep.
did you say there's office supplies and stuff around in the campsite area? Just like,
Depends on what you want.
well, a piece of paper, a marker, and like a stapler.
Sure.
All right, then I'm gonna write a big number 1, and I'm gonna staple it to the front of her jumpsuit, and then we'll push her out into space, so we can keep count.
Gotcha. All right. So so you make your way back up the hallway through the slagged security checkpoint Alpha. You have to kind of crawl through the Pride open gate that Cromwell opened and got hurt with, up a set of concrete stairs, and you're back in reception again. And it doesn't look like anyone's been here in the meantime, but there's you basically at this point, like you're high enough in the deep where you can radio Arcadia basically on your comms. Sure. So you do so and let him know that Helen St. George is coming back.
Cool. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
does he recognize Helen's name? Sorry.
Yeah, actually. So that's an interesting thing. When Arcadia is he's like gets on the comms and he's like, "What's up, guys? It's so good to hear your voices, man. How's it going over there? It's been a few hours. I had enough already, right? Coming back in."
Arcadia, hello. Yes, this is Tulsa. We're doing fine. Everything's going great. We ran into somebody here who is ready to come back, though. Helen St. George. You might know her. She took a little bit of damage and she wants to come back over.
Helen St. George. Hold on one second. Over. And he's like checking something. He comes back on. I don't have anyone here by that name. You sure you're saying it right?
Look
And
at
Helen looks like really like put out. Like, well, like what? What are you talking about? She's like, give me the goddamn microphone. Give me the. But actually, she's got her own comm. So, and
all right, Helen, please go ahead.
Arcadia, you fucking bastard! You come over here with the Acheron and you come pick me up. I don't need any of this fucking nonsense. Get over here now. Over and out, crick.
Can I slide over to Helen and put my arm around her shoulder and light a cigarette real quick?
Yeah.
I'm going to light it. I'm going to give it to her, and I'm going to say quietly. I mean, y'all can listen if you want. But I'm going to say, "You're my friend, no matter where you come from. If you need our help, it's offered. I'll leave it at that. Godspeed."
Yeah, all right then. All right. And she lifts your arm off of her shoulder. Yeah. All right. Well, I can't say it's exactly been a pleasure, but hope to see you back on the bell.
I thought we were best friends, John. We smoked so many cigarettes together. Come on.
So,
sorry, David, you creep us out.
I very slowly wink with one eye, very effortedly. See you soon.
And she, as you guys are kind of turning around, gathering your things to leave reception again, she just kind of gives you a parting like, don't forget, you see that fucking Little John bastard, you save him for me. We'll split the proceeds on the artifact if you can find it.
Will do. Can I ask Arcady one other thing?
Yep.
Arcady, my man, cool guy that you are, could you tell me, is 140 heart rate normal for my compatriots here?
Is that normal? I don't even know.
That's high. That's high. That's high.
That's a little high.
I'm making a reference to the stress. Yeah.
Okay, so where are you guys going to go?
So I think we should finish on this floor. I want to see what's up those concrete stairs because, like, I know that this station is a big circle, and if we've gone, down and then over and then up again, we should be like back on the same level. At some point, it's going to circle back around. My suspicion is that it's going to meet back up with the backside of Checkpoint Bravo, the other security place. If we go in one direction long enough, it's going to spin around.
So you guys go back to that point?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So you make your way back through Checkpoint Alpha, past the Employee Rec Center and the storage. And then you take that other crisscrossing corridor past the entrance to the office and the office camp, basically. And up
before we pass the I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Before we pass the elevator, I know we established there was like a noise if it were to activate. Did we establish that there was a listed floor number that it was currently on, John?
No, I said that it does not indicate which floor.
It does not indicate. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So you pass by the office thing, and indeed, when you go up the concrete stairs, after going down another pleasantly paneled hallway for a while, you come to the backside of Checkpoint Bravo. As you. So you're on the other side.
Okay, so it does loop right around.
Yeah.
That's very
Okay.
cool. Good thinking, Matt.
So
Wow.
the as you kind of come from the backside, the android that's fused, like completely in one actually not a smooth motion, like kind of rickety motion. It fused to its turret in one whole like one unit sort of swivels all the way around to kind of face you guys again. But you guys haven't really approached the checkpoint, so it doesn't really say anything or do anything.
But the turret is like the gun is facing us. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, we already know what's past there, so there's no reason to even challenge that thing.
No, I don't think we should challenge it. I'd kind of like to talk to the guy. What do you guys think? Or person.
Yeah, knock stuff out. I'm not going in that room because I have guns.
I don't have any weapons. I'm going to raise my hand. Thulsa, do you want to join me or?
Sure. Yeah, we can walk in. It worked last time.
I'm going to raise my hands and say, hello, brethren. I have no weapons. I only wish to speak to you. May we approach?
So there's no answer from the android, but it appears to. So like there's like lighting around the bulletproof glass, and that kind of turns red, like it changes from like a white to a red.
One question, John, because I wasn't attending during this session. I know that we were able to access this slagged bot from like a door or something like that, right?
No, the box that the slagged one was in
window?
alpha was just like completely
Smashed.
broken open, so you could basically step right into the box.
Interesting. So it's purely like blocked in the back. It's just the sort of window or whatever the slagged vent. I see.
There's like a bulletproof window box and he's in the middle of the corridor, right in this station, and on either side are closed gates, right, and then the turret can basically move in 360 degrees. And then there are weapon detectors that were on the walls as well. And I think I misspoke. I can't remember exactly how that encounter played out, but if that android that is fused to the weapon spoke, he wasn't supposed to have spoken.
Okay. I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Something spoke. Something was like deposit your
told
weapon.
us. Yeah.
Deposit
It's
your
like an
weapon.
intercom thing.
So that
Okay.
likely didn't actually happen. There
John,
would have been like flashing warnings, like deposit weapons or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that you could.
Okay.
read.
okay, I'm going to appraise the room. Do I see bullet holes on all of the walls or burn marks from like a laser blast? I see remnants of corpses, damage, et cetera, et cetera. Or is it a fairly clean room without anything indicating?
The security, the checkpoint.
Yeah, the room itself.
Well, you're not in a room. Don't forget, you're in a corridor, right?
Or a corridor, but
Yeah.
what I mean, sorry, is like, is there any indication of people who got shot or damage from shooting from this?
No, it's mostly like there's. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there's bullets and scorch marks and all that kind of stuff. Like something went down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
He's shot
I'm gonna-
before. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna gesture at Thulsa and say, I don't know if it's safe to approach, but I'd like to. Is it okay with you?
Be my guest. I don't want to go any closer. No, thank you. It's fine. I'm just gonna go back around. Why tempt fate?
Sure. John, I'm going to take one like very telegraphed and gentle and slow step after another and watch the android for any indication of response as I do.
Okay. Yeah. So when you keep getting closer, you can hear the machine gun sort of like whir into life. And then there is like a flashing sign that sort of appears on the box that says, approach no further. Don't step beyond the yellow line, that's on the ground. And it's like deposit weapons. And there's, I don't know, like something that comes out like a drawer that you can put your weapons in or something.
Okay. The drawer is on the security checkpoint or elsewhere?
We'll say it comes out of like the box, you know what I mean? So it's like one of those, like bank security things, like where like you put your thing in and then you have to close it before the other person on the other side can open it up again, that sort of thing, right?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Okay, I'm gonna approach as if I'm gonna put something in the box again, slowly. Does that make sense? I know he's facing me with a gun. I'm just gonna approach slowly as if I'm gesturing to deposit a gun or something in it. Or was this a mistake on your hand and the yellow line was one where he'd shoot me if I crossed it, and therefore the deposit kind of undermines that? Because I think that might have been a.
What's your goal? What do you want him to doing?
My goal is to get up to the in melee range of the security checkpoint. And so if there's a bank box that comes from it, I would approach it as if I was going to deposit. But if there's a yellow line that says "Don't cross this or I'll shoot you," I wouldn't. So I want to clarify if that was a mistake on your end.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your overall goal? What are you intending to do here?
I want to get a close inspection of it to see if the gun looks active by standing right there.
The gun is definitely active.
It's not busted. Okay.
There are bullet holes all along that back corridor.
No, I know, but my thinking, sorry to clarify to Mike, is like if it is something that requires ammo and this has been here for an incredibly long period of time, the gun might be active, but it might not be able to shoot anything with it, right? Yeah. So I was going to see up close if there was like an ammo box or something. But that might be too silly.
What it appears like, especially based upon Thulsa's experiments from previously on the other side, is that the weapon detectors don't work. Okay. But the android itself is obviously not fully functional because he's been fused to his gun. But the gun, the most important thing, the thing that will hurt you, is very capable of still doing that.
If it has ammunition, can I recognize what kind of gun it is? Is it a projectile-based gun or an energy-based gun?
Big machine gun.
A GPMG, General Purpose Machine Gun.
Yeah, it will kill you. Yeah, Thulsa's like, yeah, we looked at that. You should probably come on back with us. We looked at it pretty good.
Oh, the devil in me is so curious, though. All right, I guess I can turn around. I don't think there's any ammunition in this fucking thing, though. It's been so long. Oh, look at the pupper. Look at the pupper.
What pupper?
Do you deposit your dog in the weapons drawer?
David, the way to get by this is to go put the EMP machine through the slot. The EMP mine that we found.
Another turn passes. Okay. So what do you do? It sure appears to you that you have you've been to every place on
map this level. Yeah, I say we go take a lift and either our choices are Eden, right, with the lift that's on this hallway, or Human Emulation Labs and engineering and support. Those are deeper levels.
Sure.
If we go to Eden, that's just level 2, so it's like baby steps.
I'm down to do that. John, oh God, I shouldn't. I'm going to do a dead sprint to the cafeteria because I want to go to Eden. I'm going to try to do it in zigzags when I'm trying.
You're just running by the machine gun?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
very well, David.
Yeah, we may need to go shopping for a new Android.
So, first of all, David, I don't think you're picturing exactly. So, there is a box, like a station, like a station in the middle of the hallway, right? Small, fit enough for only person. Like picture like a subway conductor's station on a subway car.
I see.
Right?
It's not like a bunker on.
Very
Normandy.
small, but it's glass, like bulletproof glass, so that he can see out, right, in all directions. That's in the middle. where you would normally be able to go by on either side, is completely gated across with like a heavy steel door.
Oh, then fuck that. I'm not doing that. Never mind. I gotta go back to my friends. Okay.
Yeah, but what
I'm
happened
sorry.
last
That's
time?
my confusion.
What happened last time though? On the other end, was Thulsa said, "I don't have any weapons," and the doors opened.
Well, I did say that, by the way. I raised my hands and I said, I don't have any weapons, compatriot, at the beginning of this conversation. Sorry,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I did. And he didn't open the doors.
I know, but you
Which
did.
is-
But you weren't like approaching. You said you were approaching like the box,
Like you had something.
like you were going to do something with him or something.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be obnoxious. The first thing I did was try to talk to him, and I raised my hands and said, I have no weapons, compatriot. May I approach? You said he didn't respond, and then I started pretending as if I had a gun because there was no response otherwise.
Yeah.
If the response to that would have been the doors opening, I would have taken a different tact. Just being honest, right? Like,
Okay, so okay, let's just skip to the chase here.
It's fine. It's
no
fine.
one's.
It's fine. It doesn't
does
really
anyone? A couple of you don't have weapons. Do you
I don't
want to
have
just
weapons.
go through the gate normally?
I would if it's open. Yes.
Okay.
I want to. I. Sorry.
Mike, you have weapons.
I'm not going anywhere near that thing. I'm not even visible to it.
Okay.
know?
Do you want to meet the rest of them? You're going around the long way then.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
I-
two of you are
I'll
going
go-
through.
I'll go with the guy with the gun,
Sure.
so he can shoot the things that want to kill me.
Makes perfect sense. Sorry for all the confusion. That was on me. I didn't.
No, it's no big deal. I
communicate
just
well.
okay. So the all right. So David, you skip through, and you twiddle your fingers at the lift until the rest of your compatriots arrive.
Take the long way around. Yeah.
Let me just roll.
Actually-
1 second.
Everything's fine.
Okay, it is now. Oh no, it's not. Okay, almost 2 p.m. All right,
I think
so
when
you eventually all meet up at the lift. So as I said before, it only goes one direction. It only goes to one floor. Now it says visitor accommodations, but Helen let you know. Was it Helen or Tess? I can't remember now. Whatever. That it's commonly known now as Eden,
Can't wait.
and there was the chosen and the fallen.
And it's probably also fairly picked over, I would think, right? Like, but let's go down there and see what else we can find.
I agree.
Well, we're gonna meet some folks, I think.
I'll also turn to my compatriot and say it's interesting that they were protecting both ends of that checkpoint, keeping things out and in that were armed.
Okay. All right. So you go in, close the door. Relatively modern elevator, but the moment that you hit the button to go down, there's a horrible screeching and squealing and shaking and of the elevator as you guys go rumbling down. I need everyone to make a sanity save, please.
Okay.
It's really loud.
Oh, big fail.
So numbers and tell me what you
90. 25 is my thing, and I got a 91.
get. Okay.
Not a critical fail.
I rolled a 36 under a 45, so I'm okay.
Well done. I rolled a 36, literally, over a 25, so I failed.
Okay. So David and Rick, you guys are both going to take a stress.
Nice.
It's a good thing that your scientist did not fail, or everyone else would have to take a stress. Okay.
You're welcome.
And you go down.
I'm gonna copy the elevator over and start a new segment.
Okay. So down you go.
Right.
It ended up squealing and shuddering to a stop, and the door opens, and you find yourself in a well-lit, rather large room. It's not industrial scale, but relatively large. It looks It looks pretty much like a very corporate, very sort of what's the word for corporate? Like I can't remember the word. I don't know. A very, but it's like a luxurious sort of hotel lobby, but in a very corporate sort of chain hotel sort of sense.
John,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's basically it. There is there's a door. Looks like it might lead to a bathroom, and there's also a heavy bulkhead door as well.
Okay. One quick thing before we leave the elevator, even while we're writing, can Thulsa like take a look, either just or take a listen? Can she get a sense of does this just sound scary, or does this same thing really seem like it's about to die and drop us all to our deaths?
It didn't sound good, and it was definitely shaking around a lot. You definitely have the knowledge for it, but you would have to open up some panels and take a look.
Okay.
Let's just not worry about it.
Basically.
Let's just go. Yeah, let's go. It's fine.
So John, just kind of thinking about this from like a point of view as a Marine, big open area, corporate, like nice. Is there furniture? Is there cover? Is there anyone in the room? Is there anything like that? Kind of.
No, there's no one in the room.
Is there like desks or tables or long chairs or anything like that in there?
Yeah, but it looks a lot more like not as God, I'm losing my vocabulary here. It's not as picked through as the floor above you.
Okay.
So things are better in place, although it's not perfect. So rather dirty, but there's just not a lot of like trash around or anything like that. But there's definitely signs that people have come through here frequently and often and recently.
Okay, so I'm going to do the whole thing where like the military guy is like all like this and like moving through the room, and then I'm going to look behind me at these two guys and just be extremely frustrated as they just wander through.
I'm going to roll my eyes at the overt militarism. John, you said that there was a bathroom door.
Yes.
Guys, I want to check it out. I kind of have to go, but it's not the real. It's not an emergency or anything. But just in case.
When you have to go potty, stop and go right away.
Sorry,
if it's gross, I just want to know. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Just real quick, because I'm catching up on the mapping. I had to teach myself my own system here. I got the lift built. The next room that's connected to the lift, we are designated as what, John? Sorry. Like a lobby.
Yeah, lobby is.
You're in a lobby right now. Yeah.
It's like a resort lobby, right?
It's like a hotel lobby. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just say lobby. Okay. And in this lobby, there is at least one exit into a bathroom. How many other exits are there?
There's one entrance into a bathroom, and then there is a locked. Well, you don't know if it's locked. It's a bulkhead door.
Cool.
Okay.
And does orientation really matter in this case, or no?
Not really. No.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
All
right.
Go to the restroom.
So I'll give a listen first, John. And if I don't hear anything skittering around, I'm gonna just like take like a socket from my socket wrench and just roll it in there. I just want to see if anything responds to the noise before I duck my head into the bathroom.
Nothing responds.
Okay, I go in and take a look around. Is it gross?
It's pretty gross. It's smashed apart porcelain shards of like toilet fixtures and sinks are in heaps piled around. There is the main mirror that's above the bank of sinks is covered in graffiti. There's like a one line that's sort of scrawled in graffiti across the mirror, and it says, "The Minotaur extends beyond the Minotaur."
Does that evoke any response from me, John?
You tell me, man. I don't know.
I know because I took the flesh. I don't have any like extra natural responses in the name.
No, not that way. No. Yeah.
Okay. John, are there any shards of that mirror around? Is the mirror broken or is the mirror whole? If there are shards, if there are shards of the mirror, I'd like to take one.
Yeah, you could take one. Yeah.
Okay.
I can get you a bigger shard. I'll just punch the mirror and break it.
It's fine.
I'll break it. I'll break it on the Minotaur language. Shatter it.
Okay.
Nice.
There's a large, very big sound whenever it crashes, and splinters apart. As Thulsa sort of takes a step back to avoid getting cut, you guys can see as the mirror falls apart that there is in the lower left-hand corner of the mirror, like right near the like a sink, basically, there appears to be a small little stash behind it.
Oh,
I'll look in
Okay.
the stash. What's in the stash? What's in the box?
So there are two things in there, three actually. First thing you notice is that one of them appears to be a gun of some sort, but the gun is heavily modified. It looks to be very specialized. It looks like a rigging gun, but it's custom. So it looks like it's composed of a steel cord laced cable, and it looks like it emits an electric shock through that cable after it fires like a harpoon.
Oh,
cool.
I'll take that.
It looks a little beat up, like a little bit dusty, but it's pretty badass. And there is actually a post-it note that has been taped to the side of it, and written in pencil, basically on the post-it note. It says, "Ishmael sends their regards."
Call me Ishmael. All right. Cool.
In addition, in that stash, there is a small. It actually looks like a dice bag, like a nerd who plays D&D put his dice in here.
Nice.
Is there anything inside of it?
There is. It sounds and feels like dice.
Is it a Crown Royal bag?
Yeah.
What kind of dice are they? Are they really gauche and unreadable, or are they a classic yellow and black?
So you open it up, and you see that it's not dice in there, but there are 9 matte black marbles.
Okay. Interesting.
Very heavy. Heavier than they look. Heavier than their size would indicate.
Okay.
Scientists, you want to look at those and see if there's something
Yeah,
wrong?
I very much do want to take a look at those. But let's see what else is in this. Let's see what else is in the stash, and then I'll take a look.
Okay. What's else is there, John?
That appears to be it in the stash.
Okay. Yeah, John, I will take one of the little marbles. I'll examine it closely. My goal is to find out if there's anything kind of electronic within these. So I'll use like my voltmeter to see if there's any current present in this thing. Kind of give it the once over to see if this is, an electronic thing.
Yeah, sure. So you give it you apply like all the scientific knowledge that you can bring to bear and with the tools that you have in your tool set. And don't mind me. You can determine. That took a turn, by the way, so now it's 2 p.m. That you don't know what the fuck this is, and it's actually intriguing in itself. The marbles themselves are made out of a material, a compound that doesn't measure up with any sort of element that you've ever seen before, ever. Kind of experimenting it with a little bit. You're fairly certain too that that these things will not break easily, if at all.
Do these feel like an artifact in our comprehension of what an artifact is?
It's starting to feel like that to me.
You don't have any
at least like
of artifacts.
Unknown, composition, unknown elements. I mean, yeah, perhaps we should take with us. And your description is that they're very, very dense for what they are, right, John?
Yeah, they're heavier than they look.
They felt very heavy.
You can pick them up; it's not a big deal. You let me know if you did you touch them, or are you just sort of like scanning them with your equipment and stuff?
Oh no, I touch them. Yeah, we got to.
Yeah. So yeah, they're very, very smooth. Appear to be indestructible, and they're made out of a compound that you can't identify.
Smooth as eggs, one might say.
Mm-hmm. And do they seem like perfectly spherical? You describe them as marbles, but they all seem like uniform things?
Yes, correct. Yeah, they all look exactly the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's there is in the washroom here. There's an AC duct in the like an HVAC duct in the ceiling. That is actually probably something you would have noticed when you first walked in because it's like one of those hinged. Why isn't this going away? Give me a second. Sorry. There we go. It's one of those hinge grates, so it's like it's flapping down, and it's sort of like just kind of loosely swinging. And that's
so it's open.
Yeah, it's open, and it's loosely swinging. What you assume would probably be the draft that was created when you guys walked in.
Would we qualify that as a duct in Mothership parlance?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll add one of those. Yeah, we can go up there again.
She'll
Yeah,
just
and there's a bunch of
for,
stalls and stuff like that. Some of them are closed, some of them are open. You can see porcelain shards from underneath all of them, that sort of thing.
So all the toilets are destroyed. Yeah, she'll, if it's okay with you guys, she'll put that bag of weird marbles in her briefcase.
Yeah. Do you want me to search the room while you're doing your scientific experiment?
Yeah.
So
see
John,
if
I'm gonna go open all the stall doors, kind of with the barrel of my shotgun. And if I get close to the duct above my head, I'm gonna definitely like shine a flashlight up there and see what's up there.
Okay, so you kick open some of these doors. There's no threats or anything like that, but one of them you can see lying next to the remnants of a toilet. There appears to be a device of some sort of like electronic device with knobs and little view screen and like a handheld sort of thing, but it's nothing that you've ever seen before.
Okay, I call the doc over and let her sort that out.
Yeah, okay. I'll come over and take a look. When I pick this up and look at it carefully, John, what
Okay,
does it say?
so it's bulky. It looks like you remember like the old CB radios that you used to get when you were a kid. You know what I mean? Like big fat button to kind of radio in. But it has it also has a screen near the top of it, like a cassette tech sort of screen, like not a touch screen. That looks like there would be some sort of readout possibly. However, it's pretty obvious to you. It actually would have been obvious to Sharp too that the thing looks pretty like beat up and broken, like it's scorched. A big chunk of it's sort of missing as well. Looks like it probably had an antenna at some sort, and that's wouldn't have an antenna, I guess. But I don't know. There's like little thingies that would have been attached to it that have been broken off and snapped.
Is it reasonable to assume this looks like a communications device then of some kind?
No, actually, I would say that you would know that it's not a communication device. It looks like it's probably it's a diagnostic scanner of some sort.
Okay. Great.
Oh,
okay,
you know,
if I can fix that at some point, that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
I'll give you this since you're not under any pressure right now because you have robotics. Also, right? You do, right? That's your thing.
I do. I'm mastery in robotics. Yes.
Okay, so you've never actually seen one of these things, or I should say, you've never actually handled one of these things. You probably have heard of them, but this looks to be a rudimentary, probably like an old version of what is a cybernetic diagnostic scanner.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, it's defunct. Because if it does what you think it can do, it would be very, very helpful to have here in the deep.
Oh,
which is
okay.
that it can detect
cybernetics.
Cybernetics, correct? Yeah.
Okay. Yes, if I can, take some time at some point to try to fix this, it could be really, really valuable to us.
Does it have an operating power source?
No.
Okay. So yeah, she'll grab that as well. This is I'm glad I had to pee. I'm not going to now because it's gross in here. But what is there anything in that duct there with your gun and light?
I said I was checking it. And I don't know.
So it's dark. It's dark in there. Obviously, it is large enough that a human could squeeze in there if they wanted to. I'd say that since you're given a good, thorough look there, Sharp, with your military trained eye, I'm going to say that you can actually see that there, where it would normally be extremely dusty, right? Like all the air being kind of filtered through there and all that kind of stuff. You do see that there is definitely signs of handprints along the edge of the duct, as if someone like maybe tried to like grab onto the edge and hoist themselves up, or maybe grabbed onto the edge and brought themselves down, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like you can see like the obvious impressions of hands on the side.
How high over my head is it?
Normal ceiling height, whatever,
Right. Someone want to get a boost or give me a boost and let me stick my head up in there and see if there's anything in it.
I'll help you while Matt's investigating. Sure.
All right. John, can he just kind of hoist me up high enough for me to get my flashlight up into the duct?
Yeah. So you scan with your flashlight and around, and it looks to just be like a normal duct. It does look like that. You would have to. You can crawl in there, but you can't stand up. You would have to like.
I don't want to crawl in there.
You have to do this sort of thing if you wanted to move through. But it does lead off into darkness. And it looks like
I'll
someone
go up there.
It looks like someone has been there before as well. There is a slight, and I mean very, very slight, like slight enough that you didn't smell it whenever you were down below. But there's a slight smell of sewage and waste.
Okay, David, I think that should be our next resort. Like, let's explore the other doorways out of the lobby, and then if we hit an impasse, then we can use that to move around the level, kind of thing.
Sure.
John, one last thing, man. I need to add to the graffiti in the room. I'm going to put Sheffield FC forever on the wall.
Okay.
Really? Okay. You want to take your time to do? Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
in the
I'm cool.
bathroom or the lobby?
In the bathroom,
Okay.
on like one of the doors.
Okay. Okay. Now what?
That's it. That was my big idea.
Okay. I think that's it. We checked the stalls. None of the toilets look like they work. We found cool stuff. All right. Well, I'll find a nice corner somewhere. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm
cool.
super curious about the duct, but we can go check the other doors and see what lies.
I think
beyond.
before we die in an enclosed place, let's go look and see if there's other ways around first.
For sure. We can decide that after our break.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it is actually first break time. So why don't we go do that, and we will return. We will be right back. All right, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. Okay, so you're in that bathroom. Rick put his shout out to Sheffield up on the stall door. Now what do you
Sports
do?
ball, whatever. Yeah.
Someone in the comments will get it.
Yeah.
Someone knows what I'm talking about. Not you guys, but yeah.
Because I made a lot of noise breaking that mirror, I just want to go to the bathroom entrance and listen for a couple moments. Do I hear anything?
You don't know.
Okay. Well, boys, what do you think?
Let's first. I'm a girl, but let's step back
sorry.
out into the lobby.
Wow.
Thank you. I mean, come on.
Well, I'll say dudes because I think dudes is gender neutral. So I'll say, well, dudes, what do you think? I'm trying to be cool as an android.
You can't make dudes work, David. I'm sorry.
That's a larger culture conversation.
You're
We
going
can
to
get
have to
online
work
about that
on
later.
it a little.
David like
sorry.
specifically says
No.
folks, and then he always qualifies it with saying that's with an X. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, joking aside, I think dudes is fully neutral at this point, but that's another conversation for another time.
All right. So back into the lobby.
Back in the lobby. Yeah.
Yeah. So the only so there's the lift up, obviously. But as I indicated before, and you didn't check it out yet, there is a heavy bulkhead door leading out of here as well. But that seems to be the only other way out.
Let's go check that out.
Okay. So
Well,
approaching the door, you see that it has an electronic keypad on it, like an old school like punch button keypad.
I'm going to try the
Okay.
door first and see if it's actually locked.
Locked.
Damn it. All right. Get to hack in there, Brainiac.
I'm not. I'm not the hacker. I do have computers. I can take a look at this. I can see if there is an easy way to tap into this and see what the password is to
There
get
isn't.
into the.
So
the door.
because there's probably going to be a lot of this sort of stuff in the deep, I want to make it clear that there's computers, which is a trained skill, and then there's hacking, which is a master skill.
Yeah.
Right. So computers is obviously like general knowledge of computers and networking and all that kind of stuff. Hacking is obviously illegal knowledge of computers and networks and all that kind of stuff. But what it doesn't account for is just general knowledge of devices so much, right, that aren't computer terminals, right? You understand networking, you understand computers, but in order to so your first thought is, well, let's hack this keypad and get inside. First of all, you don't have hacking, but computers also would not, even hacking would be very difficult to apply to this keypad because it is not a computer terminal, right?
Sure.
Okay.
So the idea is if you want to be able to, and I encourage you to do so, I wouldn't have adopted the Hacker's Handbook for my very first Mothership campaign if I didn't think it would be something that we wanted to use, is that if you want to do that, I highly encourage doing it, but you would need to do so at computer terminals. So that gives you another sort of that gives you another quest sort of thing, right? Like find computer terminals, like find artifacts, find computer terminals, that sort of thing.
Can I ask one question? It's a leading the witness. It doesn't apply here, John, but just so it's in our minds mutually.
Mm-hmm.
Because I rolled a key card in my initial loadout, a VIP corporate key card. I know that there may not be a scanner here, but I want to like seed in our minds the notion that where you might find that appropriate, there might be a key scanner instead of a keypad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I gotcha. So this device actually on this door, it's an old bulky one, right, with like a punch number sort of thing, but there is a slot.
Okay.
Underneath it, yeah.
Well, I wasn't trying to get you to give me something here, but I wanted us to discuss it ahead of time. I will attempt my key card then, my VIP key card in the slot.
Okay. So it. I'm gonna roll actually.
Yeah, do it. Can I get advantage?
Okay, so there's a moment where you don't think anything happens, and then you hear there's like a little bit of a green light that it kind of appears on the keypad, and you hear like a heavy bolt being withdrawn in the door.
Amazing. Well, thank you. It opens, and I look to my compatriots and say, "You're welcome."
nice job. All right, so John, I want to before we traverse, right? My goal here is to place something on the keypad so that when we come back, I can tell if any of the buttons have been pressed.
I love this.
I have assorted tools, which says to me that I would at least have like a pencil or something. So I can just very quickly, I can take the lead end of the pencil and just like go over the full keypad so that when we come back, if any of the buttons are like cleaner than the other ones, it would indicate that somebody's been pressing, and I might get a clue about what the.
Sure.
Not that I don't think we'll have David and his key card around forever.
I love this. I love this.
But just in case, I just want to do like a layer of graphite over the keypad so that when people punch in, I'll be able to see, oh, the 1 and the 7 are cleaner than the 2 and the 4.
I love it. Brilliant.
Okay. Now what?
Open that door.
Doors open, or is there an additional? Does it automatically open after I scan?
No, you just hear the bolt pull back.
Okay, I'll approach or hit enter on the keypad. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll push the door.
Okay, so you push the door, and it's heavy, and it opens up.
Cool.
Entering in, coming to another room. Now this room is disturbing, very disturbing.
Good.
Right.
Not in the way that like there's a corpse hanging from the ceiling, sort of disturbing for when you first entered the deep, but nevertheless, when you come in, you see that the walls and the ceiling, everything, are completely covered with taut, shimmering pseudo skin. Everything.
Ugh.
Yeah. So so not the floor, but the walls and the ceiling, and it's like pulled taut. So it's not like draping like tarp or anything like that, but it literally is as if like a sealskin tarp had been pulled extremely tight, so there's no dipping, right, and then tacked to the ceiling and on the wall as well. But it doesn't look like sealskin; it looks like human skin, right, on all of the walls.
This.
Everyone, please make a sanity save.
Sanity.
Because that ain't right.
Oh, John, this is no bueno. My sanity is a 25, and I rolled a 44, which I believe means extra bad things happen.
Yes, you got a critical failure. All right, so your stress is going to go up by 1, so you're at 7. David, what do you do?
I got lucky. My sanity is a 25, and just under it, I got a 23.
Very nice. Okay. And
all right. Okay. I can't think of any bonuses that I could possibly get from creepy skin room. So although my target was a 45, I rolled a 49.
49. Okay. So your stress is going to go up by 1.
My sanity.
And
I think these guys also will.
Yes.
Right?
So Rick, yours is going to go up by 1 more, your stress. And David, yours is also going to go up by 1 more as you see Thulsa kind of, as you all kind of step into the room and take a look, and you're looking at the skin, and you're like, that ain't normal. And you're like, you know who knows what's normal? Thulsa. And you look over at Thulsa, and Thulsa's like, I got nothing. And you're like, fuck.
This is not right. No, this I don't like this room at all.
Yeah.
This is not good.
In addition, Sharp, you're completely out of your element. You're like, you don't see any enemies to kill, but what you do see is absolutely fucking horrific. And so you freak the fuck out. So you're gonna panic. Well, you're gonna, you're going to make a panic check. So let's see if you actually panic.
Okay.
Actually,
I don't remember what the panic check is.
Hold on one second. I got to see. Is it with panics? Do you automatically when you fail? Let's see. When to make panic checks? You must make it anytime you roll a critical failure on a. Okay, so panic check, but you don't automatically panic. Okay, so this is the one time that you use a d20. So you're going to roll a d20, and you're going to attempt to roll greater than your stress. Meeting it does not succeed. You must roll greater than your stress. Your stress right now is.
Come on, 8. Mike.
Oh,
you got lower than
what'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
You said you didn't want to go into the duct. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah.
John, isn't there something about Marines when they fail a panic check?
Yes, there is, but we're good. We're one step at a time here. We have to see what happens when you panic. So you rolled a 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh shit, Mike, you just you've had enough of this shit detail. You've had every other shit job you've had since joining the union has been better than this fucking one, and you just can't take it anymore. You gain a condition. You are a coward.
Yes.
You have to
a coward Marine. I love to see it.
You have to make a fear save to engage in violence. Otherwise, you flee.
Oh, great.
Oh, we're cooked. We're
now
cooked.
I'm
character.
Sean Bean from Ronin.
yeah, exactly. The Sean
or
Bean
just Mr. Bean.
Okay, so as we can see the spiraling effects here, because in addition, when a Marine panics, which he did, all close PCs must make another fear save. So David and Matt,
this is not good.
Make another fear save.
Okay.
This time it's a fear save. And wait,
though, right?
And Matt has to make the fear save at disadvantage because he's near the android.
I love this incredible game, John. Just to be sure, the last one was a sanity, not a fear check. Right?
Last one was sanity. This time it's fear. So Thulsa's making it disadvantage. David, you're making it normal.
Yep. One moment. Thulsa, what you get?
Okay. So if it weren't for this guy, and I'm pointing at David.
Yeah.
I'd be fine. I'd be fine
favorite.
with a 7 under 19. However, because of this guy, rolled a critical failure, which is a 66 over 19.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay, so your stress is going to go up by 1. David, what'd you get?
Oh boy.
I have a target of 88 and I got a 25, so I'm good.
Okay, so you're fine. Okay. Yeah, so David's sort of freaking you out at the same time. You're watching Mike like basically drop his weapon in fear. And Thulsa, you can't make it hide in her hair what's going on with this fucking room. And you critically failed it. So everything is just like the culmination of watching your friends freak out and seeing what's in the room. You just can't handle it anymore. And I'm going to say that that you are going to unwillingly sort of crawl into a ball and start weeping in a corner until I say otherwise.
Okay. The good news is that I no longer need a bathroom.
True. That's true
Yikes.
too. We can roll you peeing your pants into a critical fail.
When I see this, I'm going to approach Thulsa kind of like a wounded animal very slowly because I don't want to scare her. Right? And say, Thulsa, my Slavic queen, worry not. The terrors are all around us, but you've seen worse.
Go away! You're creeping me out even more.
No.
It's the tone of your voice. It's we're a room full of skin.
Sorry.
It's not even people's skin.
Loading charming alternative. Thulsa, dear, listen. I tell you what. This shouldn't be a comforting voice, but this is the first one I found. And I think you are bigger than this. I think you are better than this. I see those biceps. I see that curly black hair and determined eyes, I am
Because you
here for you.
special, you important.
No, we're not doing that one.
And
Oh,
doggone it, people like me.
and they do like you, and I like you, scary as I am, more than anyone else, even Helen. I'll pull a cigarette out. I'm going to offer just my goal is to use my psych abilities to try to get her out of this sort of fetal state, John. I can roll for it if you want.
Yeah, let's do a roll for it. Yeah, go for it. You can add your psych bonus.
Okay, so
Intellect.
Right. So psych is an expert skill, so I get a plus 15 to the roll. My intellect is 58. That means my cap is 68, 76. No, what 58 plus 4. Oh my God, my brain.
Oh my God.
72.
72.
I'm an artist.
Wait.
I draw things. I don't do math.
Wait. What's your base skill for intellect?
58.
And then you're
I get
adding
a plus
what?
15 from an expert skill.
58,
So
58 plus
73.
15? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes. So that's
73.
73.
73. Yeah. Okay. I was one off. All right.
Roll it.
Rolling. Oh my God, you guys. 70 on the dot. That was fucking precarious. Holy shit. But I did make it. Thank God for that high stat.
All right, Thulsa, you now have free will. You can crawl out of there if you want to. You can take his messages however you want, of course. But
All right, that was really fucking creepy the way that you just changed. Right, but it worked. It was kind of funny, actually, kind of cute.
okay,
I hate this place though. This is bad. I don't like it.
right. So we did the panic. I think the whole chain we got through, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So after that whole thing, you kind of size up the room a little bit more. So other than the very disturbing pseudoskin that covers basically everything, the room is dominated in the center by a 3 meter tall. So what is that? About 10 feet, a tall statue of a humanoid wearing a suit, reaching down and holding hands with a much smaller naked figure. Okay. Both of them are made out of pseudo flesh, but they don't have very distinguishable features at all. They're obviously humanoid, right? Obviously the kid, the smaller one gives off a vibe of being a child, and the other one looks like an adult, right? Like a caring adult, like holding out a hand to them. But they don't really have any features to speak of, right? But the larger one is wearing a suit.
Is the suit of flesh covering the base of the statue? Does it look like it grew up over the figures? Like if we were to dig down, would we find something else underneath it?
It looks you get that impression, yeah. Although it's very segmented off, right? But it does look all parcel of one piece of flesh, basically, right?
This is kind of an odd question. You can just shoot down entirely. David are asking, does this smack of almost I'll explain, like a Jeffersonian statue, by which I mean there's all these statues of Jefferson holding liberated children, right? Even though Jefferson is a fraud figure, it's sort of like a white savior concept there. Does this feel like the child is depicted with the adult naturalistically, or is oh my God, at a hagiography? Is it like a valorization of the adult and the child's kind of a second hand note? Does that make sense, or is it
just
too
looks like
question?
Because they don't have any, you can't. There's no features on them. So, but it definitely looks like the adult is in the act of reaching down and holding the child's hand, right?
Okay.
And then obviously carrying gesture.
Okay.
Right.
It seems sincere, not heroic, because what I was trying to say. It's not like a heroic pose, but I'm here for you pose. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's one way to interpret it. Yeah.
Yeah.
In addition, there is a regular door that leads out of here. There's also another bulkhead door. Okay. And kind of disturbing in itself, and your eyes kind of lock onto it because the rest of the walls are just smooth, creamy pseudo flesh. There is in one of the walls It looks like the skin has been wounded. There is a red gash where it has been ripped open. It's about the size of like your torso.
Is it actively bleeding?
No, but it's like red, like super red, and it's not actively weeping, but it's like irritated. Yeah, it's like inflamed. That's the word.
John, is it open or is it like scar, like a scar?
It's open. But it's not like gaping. But you can see like there's a clear like slice in the middle of it, and like all around the edges of it, it's like inflamed and swollen.
Is there depth to it though? Like if I were to,
we can look in.
Not that I should, but if I were to like poke my hand in it, would there be depth? I mean, I can
absolutely.
You don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like a slice through the pseudoskin, and you're kind of far away. I'm just saying that your eyes are drawn to it because it's like it's like the only marred surface in the room.
While we're
Are we
considering
walking on it?
No, the floor is actually normal. The wall and the ceiling are
that's
covered
better.
with it though.
Quick question about the statue, the pair in the statue, right? The suit that the guy's wearing, does it look like somebody put like a real like cloth, like business suit on a fleshy statue? Or does it look like it's all like part of it?
It looks like
You know what I mean?
It looks like it looks like a real suit was put on a mannequin made out of pseudo flesh.
Okay, that's weird. Modest, but okay, that's very odd. And gosh, it's so weird. The base that they're on, you said the flesh is kind of like growing out of it. I just want to take a walk around the statue,
Actually,
John.
I guess that wouldn't be the case. I think because the floor is not pseudo flesh, that I think the statues are discrete in that they are made out of pseudo flesh, but they're not like joined with the rest of the pseudo flesh in the room.
Okay, so my goal here is I want to examine that base and see if there's like any plaques or anything to interact with as I circle the base.
There's nothing.
Okay.
You said the ceiling is mostly pseudo flesh, but are there any distinguishing components of the ceiling directly above the statue itself?
No, not particularly. There are. I mean, I kind of over described it as like being like it's just one sheet of pseudo flesh, but there is like as I said, there are doors interrupted on the walls, and there are lights up above that that shine down. But it's just there is no visible tiles or paneling on the walls or ceiling at all. Like where that stuff would normally be is all pseudo flesh.
I'll walk up to the gaping wound and take a closer look.
Careful, dude. You're checking for teeth. Check it for teeth.
I haven't reached into it.
You have to stick your hand in to check for teeth.
Yeah. So you get close to it, David, but you don't touch it. And when you look at it, you can see that that it has depth. It's just darkness beyond, and you can't really see in there because you would have to like actually put a hand in or maybe two and like pry it open.
If I gently touch a lip of the pseudo flesh, is there any movement in response? Is there like quivering or no? Seriously,
Wait, do you gently caress the lip?
I know.
Not self-modal, but it definitely responds as if you were probing a wound in a like if you were performing an autopsy.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
No, it just has like sort of a bouncy skin taut sort of.
I see.
What I'm saying though is it doesn't like make like a weird movement as if it's like alive and responding. It feels like as if you're touching flesh.
John, just before he prods it, I'm gonna look away. I'll cover like one of the other doorways or something.
Okay.
I kind of probably should. We should probably figure out a limitation to my infinite cigarette pack, but I think I've had probably between 5 and 10 at this point. I'm gonna light a cigarette. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna inhale deeply. I'm gonna blow smoke into the wound and see if there's any response.
He's literally blowing smoke up its ass.
No, I'm not trying to. This isn't a bit. Just to be clear, this isn't a bit. I'm not trying to be fucking.
That's smart, but Mike's also right.
Yeah, so you
Both
blow.
things can be true.
You blow smoke into it, and nothing happens.
Is there any draft?
I will say that when you're that close, like when your face is like right up against it, that you can smell a pretty redolent stench coming from within. It's reminiscent of what you kind of smelled from the what Sharp smelled from the air duct in the bathroom.
Okay.
But again, it's much stronger here. Like Sharp could definitely tell that was coming from like a long way down through the HVAC system, right?
Okay.
But you're smelling it like pretty close from where you are, and it's very powerful.
Pertinent that good.
I have an idea that may help. If you'd like, I can take some pliers so I don't have to touch this stuff. It really creeps me out. I can take my pliers and I can grab one edge of this and pull it back. But I don't want to touch it. Pull it back so you can peek in there if you'd like.
I don't want to hurt it, if that makes sense. And I'm worried. I don't want to not yes and but no but or whatever you would call it because I think it's a smart idea. But I am in a weird way, especially as an android who has scent skin, concerned about harm here because it's a wound, and I'm worried that pliers will harm. Does it make sense? Do you have anything gentler that you could do that with? Because I like where your head's at. Does it make sense? I don't know. I'm treating this as like an organic thing, and I want to not like cause pain to it. Does that make sense?
I think the main thing we got to determine is there a door back there?
Well, that's what I'm going to look for.
Yeah.
But I in the searching, I want to be as gentle as possible, if that makes sense.
What do I have?
You need your Teamster.
Yeah, we do need a Teamster. I mean, I have I've got the toolkit here. I've clamps, but they're going to pinch. Anything I have to grab it.
Do you have any gauze on you that you could put on the tip of a clamp? Right, that would soften it.
I don't have a medical kit, but I could probably tear a bit of a rag or something.
True. Tear my shirt. I'll tear my shirt. Right. I'll take it. I'll take sufficient enough from my. I guess I have a jumpsuit on, don't I?
Well, it sounds like our goal here is to soften the edge of the metal pliers so that we're not going to hurt this thing. The goal is not to hurt it, but just gently pull back one of the edges so you can look through.
Like
and I don't want to look in there.
Yeah. Is that plausible, John? To expedite the whole thing? Okay, so let's do that with Thulsa's help. I'll acknowledge, nod, and I will sort of like stick my head into this gap.
Sure. So Thulsa, like a close to vomiting 7th grader on their first frog dissection lab, pries open the side, and you can see like it's wet, suppurating flesh underneath. And David, you stick your face in there. You're hit by the powerful powerful smell of waste, like sewage waste. It's very, very strong. And you can see beyond that what you're looking at is actually what you stuck your head into appears to be an industrial waste pipe.
Interesting.
That goes further into the wall, like further into the innards there. But it's large enough that you would, again, sort of similar to the HVAC duct, but a lot less pleasant. You would be able to crouch and crawl your way into that. The lights that's shining in from behind you from the ambient light in the room. Or do you have a flashlight? Did you say you're shining a flashlight?
I don't have a flashlight. If someone does,
it's just reflective.
I do, John, in my camping gear.
It doesn't matter. But the light shines from behind you, and you can see that the pipe is glistening with grossness, like all around, like the edges of it. You know what I mean? But not pseudo flesh. I'm just meaning like it's got that. It's like obviously like a waste pipe.
Pseudo poop. Is it pseudo poop, John, or is it real poop?
Exactly. Yeah.
I will look at these guys and enter into the pipe if I get a nod.
You get the big head shaking. No, that's so gross. Don't do that. No.
Okay. All right.
Sure. It's so gross.
Next time.
Why do you want to go covered in poo? I don't want to go in there. No.
We can look for other things.
So you have there's a normal door here, and there's also a bulkhead door as well.
Last thing I'd like to do before we go. Well, two things. I'm fairly up close to this pseudo. I hate even saying that pseudo flesh. Does it have little hairs on it, John? Like if I blow on a little bit, do the little hairs like stand up?
There are no hairs.
Oh, good. Okay, good. That's much better. I do want to go look at that. The suit that the guy's wearing. Does it have any pockets? Because if there are pockets, I want to reach into the pockets and see what he has. He probably
definitely should.
There's good shit in there, right?
Yeah,
right?
there's
You've
gonna
got
be
to do
stuff
it.
off.
There's good shit in the pockets of every suit you find on every pseudo flesh
Absolutely.
sculpture. Because there's got to be. All right, I close my eyes and I reach out and I reach my hand into the pocket of the suit.
Okay. Give me a second here.
I'm sure it's fine.
You're gonna find the teeth.
Hold on 1 second here. Sorry. Trying to generate.
You don't have to generate anything. Just say it's okay and it's full of treasure.
Okay. So when you reach into like his the side pocket, like on his suit jacket, and you do see that there is something inside. Appears to be like a hard plastic card or of some sort, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I take it. I say, excuse me, I think I have more use of this than you, and she'll take it out.
Okay. So what you see is that it is a laminated ID badge that has been wrapped in a lanyard.
Does it have a name on it?
It does. It says Cloudbank Synthetics, and it has a very faded, almost unrecognizable picture of what looks to be a woman, and the name on it says Rachel Ali.
Ali.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I look at could I pass? Like, is the picture bad enough so that maybe I could sort of pass?
Yeah, probably because it's like super faded. Yeah.
All right. All right, everyone. I'm the latest employee at the Cloud Bank. My name is Rachel, I guess.
Is there like a badge number or like QR code or any sort of scannable on this thing, or is it purely a picture and a name?
It's basically a picture and a name. It does actually say it says Cloud Bank. Obviously, it has like the verifiable,
Employee. Then interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And it does say it says human resources.
Oh, HR.
Human resources. It's a villain. It's a villain. Don't trust them. They say they're on your side. They're never on your side. Don't forget this lesson, union members. All right.
Okay. This room is awful. It's made our party fundamentally worse off than it was before.
Don't forget also, like, there's Minotaur stuff. Like, this is the realm of the Minotaur, or at least like near it, because the clues were he was in pseudo flesh, and there was the graffiti also in the bathroom. So
For some crazy reason, I'm really intrigued lately, guys. Oh, Minotaur. I think
Are you going to eat some of this skin too?
It wasn't skin last time, my friend. Skin is chewy. It was so succulent.
how do you know this? No wonder you creep us out so much.
I swallowed it. Of course I know.
Ew.
My fear save is so bad. Now I do it at disadvantage because of the stuff like
All right,
this.
guys. What are we doing now? Are we going through the anus, or are we going to explore the other doors?
Well,
I do not want to get shit all over
it might help your decision one way or the other, because David, you're still standing near that gash as you kind of watch Thulsa reach into the statue's pocket, and you can hear David actually from the waste pipe. You can hear like a repeating, like a heavy wet sort of chunk, like a ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Like, and every once in a while in between you hear like a splitching sort of coming from somewhere in there as well.
So it might be a trash chute. There might be like David, I'll just keep this as confusing for everyone as possible. David wants to check out the secret tunnels always. David doesn't want to get crushed. So
it also could be something coming towards us.
Yeah, that's a monster coming to kill us.
But ka-chunk isn't a crawling through pipe sounds. That's a walking on floor sound. So maybe we should go into the pipe. Gang,
Or is Ka-chunk big hooked forearms dragging it down the pipe?
That's
Ka-chunk.
giant axe thing
I don't
crashing
think
into
so.
the
It feels like
walls
something
to kill.
like is hitting, like something wet and organic, like multiple times, and it's not like constant like a machine, but there's like 3 or 4 sort of chunks, and then it stops, and then it starts again for like 3 or 4. But there's no real rhythm to it. But it just keeps happening over and over again for like a period of like 30 seconds or so as you're kind of listening, as you're all like, "What the fuck is that?" Right? And then David, since you're really close, you can hear at the very edge of your hearing, coming from that same direction, you can hear a low whispers, low sort of like hushed whispers of multiple people. But you can't quite make out what they're saying. But it's just like this susurrus of voiced sounds coming from there.
Sure. If I can't distinguish the words, can I get a tone? Does it sound afraid?
No, it sounds conspiratorial and secret.
Oh, I gotta look, y'all. Okay, gentlemen, I think we're best off not in the open. I hear something approaching. I don't know, and I'll jump into the tube.
Okay, so you cannot stand upright. You have to basically get on all fours to kind of crawl around in there.
Can I borrow your light mic?
Yes. The Codex Astartes does not support this action. I can't go into that fight.
I can get right back out now if you want. I just think
you go do
you gotta do you. While David goes into the shit pipe, I'm going to go tuck in that kid. I'll be right back. Thulsa will off. She has like glow sticks, like little glow sticks. They'll provide light, but just not very far. So you're welcome to use one of those if you want. She's got 5 of them. They're little chem lights.
I might actually take that instead of the flashlight so I can toss one if need be. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so she'll give you one of her chem lights while I go tuck in that kid.
Are we early on our second break, or do we want to do it?
A few, but it's as good a time as any, I suppose. We might as well roll in right now. We'll wait to see what nefarious trouble David gets into. And when we get back, we will be right back. All right, we are back. Bladder's empty, beer is full. All right, so David, you crawl into that waste pipe. The smell is really bad. You can keep hearing that kind of chunk sound, and as you kind of you crawl far enough where your companions now only kind of see your, what is it, one of those glow stick sort of things?
Yeah, little glow stick, yeah.
Pinprick of light off of it. Yeah.
Before I go too far, if it's noxious enough and androids can smell, I'd like to cover my nose a little bit, right? Maybe?
Sure.
Just to insulate. And I'd like to toss one. How many glow sticks did you have, Matt? Was there a number?
I have 5 total.
Could I have taken 3 from you? Is that okay?
Okay.
Or 2, just 2. If not, I can just take one.
She's conservative. She'll give you 2.
I'm going to take the first of 2. I'm going to toss it as hard as I can down just to like light the future path before I go too deep, John.
Okay, cool. So as you are crawling around, crawling forward, the voices become more distinguishable, and you can hear a mixture of male and female voices. They seem to be like adult in nature, whispering hurriedly to each other in between like the chunking sounds. And they said you can hear stuff like, "Come on, we're almost through. We got it. No, don't worry about the smell. We're almost there." And then you hear stuff like, "No, I'm pretty sure there's going to be chosen on this side. We've got to be careful." It's like, and another person says like, we can handle them. It's not going to be an issue. Anyone that we meet, we'll get rid of them.
Do they sound like other divers to me? Are they like gruff and military, or?
They kind of sound like just like how I did it. Like,
okay.
Basically
all
like
right.
that. So that's kind of what you're hearing. Now, after a while, you get to okay, so you go far enough down that you can see that at one point, the entire pipe, like your forward progress, is completely blocked. And you can see that this is obviously the source of the stench of some sort of massive blockage of sewage that is basically like blocking the entire thing, right? So I would say like probably as you get closer, your knees are actually sort of like starting to get into like the effluent part of it. You know what I mean? So like you're getting more and more soiled as you kind of get closer to it. And the stench gets worse and worse until you can see it because you threw that glow stick down there. It's sort of lighting it up. That there's just like a solid wall of nasses. But you can see every time that you hear like the ka-chunk, that mass quivers every time there's an impact point.
Okay. I want to be sure that, I mean, in as much as one can prevent fear or stress roll, I want to sort of check in with myself as I'm progressing towards this trash and all that, right? And feel out my stress. If it feels like I'm going to like freak out at any point, I want to stop, John. I'm just throwing that out there. But if I can get to the chunk without doing so bravely, then I'm going to try to.
Well, I was going to actually cue you like just like a general fear save, just because you're sensing that.
That's fine. I can do that. I'm not trying to subvert the system. I mean, just
Yeah, the whole situation is not ideal.
Sure.
So why don't we just have you? We'll just have you make a fear save. You're good at that.
No worries. Yeah. No. Totally fair.
And luckily, we're not close by if he fails. So.
Yeah.
All right, 88. I fell on one fell. Hold on. Oh my God, so close. So I got a 79 over 88. So I succeeded.
So you're okay. You can keep your cool.
I'm gonna get to, I guess, the terminus of this trash that is kind of like bilging.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna listen once again to see if I get a little more specifics about the nature of the people on the other side. How many? I don't know.
Yeah, you're getting the impression that there's quite a few, like more than half a dozen, and they are. It looks, and judging just by like the volume of their voice,
sure,
and amount of time that they've been hacking away at this blockage, that they're probably pretty close to breaking through.
Okay.
And it's also likely that before they break through, unless the whole thing comes out in a huge rush of nastiness, that they probably are going to see the light before they see you. But you're also getting more words. You're getting stuff like, you hear stuff like, the chosen don't know it, but we there's got to be an exit out of Eden beyond here. None of us have ever been there. We know. I know that. That's why we're going this way. They will never suspect that we're coming from here. They're coming this route.
They're trying to escape. I'm going to say not in a shout, but in a volume that I think they can hear as calmly as I can in a non-threatening way. I'm going to say, shit. There is passage this way. Don't be startled. I heard you talking. Do you need freedom? I can help.
Okay, you hear like a surprise like yelp of like fuck, and there's someone there. It's got to be a chosen. It sounds like a chosen. Way too calm.
I don't know who the chosen are. I just arrived here, but I am benevolent. You can trust me, though it sounds like you can't. I know.
Abort! Fuck! We got to get out of here. They're on to us. And you hear like the sound of like the hacking immediately stops, and you hear a pattering of footsteps, kind of retreating.
Wait! I'll raise my voice a little bit. Wait! I need your help too, and see if anything happens.
Nothing happens, unfortunately. Sorry.
All right.
You freaked them.
All right. Well, I tried. I'm going to return to my companions, relay the story that just occurred. Say that if we want to try to press through this space, is probably pretty well worked because it sounds like they're very close to penetrating the trash, and ask what you want to do.
I'm gonna say your little journey took 2 turns.
Just to reiterate, they kept mentioning the chosen and how they were trying to escape. And
didn't you also say that? Didn't you also hear them say that we'll take care of whoever's on the other side?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't clock that, but there you have it.
They did not sound overly friendly.
Well, I'll say this to you guys and the viewers: if I had processed that in my brain, I might not have talked to them. So,
it seemed to be referencing like someone mentioned that there might be chosen. There's likely chosen on the other side, and they were like, "Oh, we can handle them if it comes to that."
It was specifically directed at the chosen, and we don't know enough about the chosen to know if, though the name implies the good ones, we don't know that, right? So
you don't know. Like, it was literally just Helen mentioned that they're. Well, she mentioned a few things in detail actually. That Eden is populated by the chosen and the fallen, and they are the chosen are ruled by something called the chosen king, which she and Little John encountered, and they were able to sort of like mollify him in some sort of way, which allowed them to actually move through his court basically and allow them passage.
John, I don't want to be cheesy, but in the conversation with Noriko, when I did the ritual, right? She was. I mean, I don't know if the chosen are part of. I don't know if the king is the Minotaur. I don't know. But did Noriko mention anything about or I don't think so, right?
She didn't. She's
Okay.
going to be fully focused on the Minotaur only.
Okay. Well, I'll say this, guys. I could be completely wrong. I think anyone who's trying to break out, that they may be a threat, like a trapped animal, doesn't seem to me necessarily to be an aggressor. So I don't know if it was a mistake to offer help. But what do you guys think?
I mean, they sound very, very suspicious. They sound very desperate. Those are tricky people to interact with.
Yeah, you definitely got the impression, David, that
100%.
You got the way they reacted was like a kid getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar, right? So no matter how like friendly you were, it was more of just like, oh fuck, like we got caught out here, like run away, you know.
They're playing Ding Dong Ditch, and I got them.
It was less like what you said that triggered them, is just the fact that you said anything, right? Yeah.
And they picked up on your creepiness and said, sorry, but it sounded
I'm incredibly charming.
That's true.
with your calmness that reads chosen, right? Like Helen described these guys as kind of mopey, right? Like kind of like
the chosen or the non-chosen. I can't remember which one. Okay.
Yeah, the chosen are more mopey.
Are they like
the fallen can like turn on a dime, and the chosen are like, I guess, more mellow.
Well, and let's say you say that in character. Oh, so it makes sense to me that the voices on the other side of this trash might have been the fallen, because they did indeed scatter quick. I don't know how I feel about either, though the chosen's docility seems not suspect, but it could be a product of this king's coercion or something else. They could have drinking the Kool-Aid, for instance, right? So do you guys want to persevere in this direction or try another method? I don't know.
What other entrances are there in and out of this room?
A normal door,
bulkhead, right?
And a bulkhead door.
Yeah. Let's check them out. We haven't even looked at those yet. Let's check them out.
Let's go look at the normal door first.
Okay, so the normal door actually has a sign on it that says playground.
Oh, terrifying. All right. So through the pipe, right?
Okay. We can actually do this while he's in the ship pipe if we want. We can just...
You could, yeah. And the bulkhead door does not have a keypad, but neither does it have a sign, any signage.
Well, I want to open the door of the playground room and look in there real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, so you open the door, Sharp. Inside, it's a well-lit room. Has a jungle gym, a bunch of toys sort of scattered around for all different ages, and like sort of like an indoor sort of park, right? Sort of thing. But along the wall, a bunch of screens as well with a lot of like the latest cutting-edge gaming consoles. Hooked up as well.
Right? Oh, okay. PS6, nice.
With like,
gonna be like PS50
with like beanbag chairs and like little tables and stuff like that, right? Like for relaxation and everything. However, sitting in those beanbag chairs, playing on that jungle gym, playing with those toys, there are 12 androids. They're sort of just going about their business kind of and just having a good time, laughing and playing. They appear to be all sorts, like adult kids as well, but they're like a mixture of them, but all equally playing as if they're all children, right? And they are just like going at it, like fully focused on playing hard, basically. Like they're really swinging on the gym. They're really having a good time. They're locked in playing their Battlefield 4 or whatever the fuck, and they're locked in.
They even notice him?
Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They do notice you as you kind of come in. Some of them, like, are, especially the video game players, because you know how video game players are. Like, they look over their shoulder and immediately dismiss you as not worth the other time and go back to trying to school the noobs. Or whatever the kids say nowadays.
It's basically a room full of my son, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. But some of the ones that are sort of like just playing with toys, they kind of stand up, put their hands down at their side and kind of look at you, and they smile, and they just have like, just looking, they're obviously androids. You can kind of tell that. They're all sort of wearing sort of nondescript, sort of light gray jumpsuits with Cloudbank tags on them, sort of nondescript, and they're wearing socks, like perfectly pristine, like white socks, right? But all sorts of skin colors and hairdos and all that sort of stuff, and they just kind of, I'd say like 3 out of the 12 sort of kind of come up to you, and they say, "Oh, welcome, friend. Welcome to the playground. Have you come to play some games?"
Well, thank you. What kind of games are you playing?
Well, over here we have a PS23. And over here we have the latest toy that
Nice.
it's a Labubu or something.
Ooh, a Labubu.
Somebody knows what a Labubu is. Uh-oh, John.
How could you
rub
not
that
these
3
days,
times.
unfortunately?
If you rub 3 times Wittershins, you summon as the devil. Okay.
Please come in.
Well, should I take my shoes off before I come in?
That would be
playground's
great. Absolutely.
very clean.
And
Okay.
your weapons are frightening us. It would be really nice if you could leave those to the side.
Oh, sure. Yeah. But just out of curiosity, John, are they acting childlike?
They're playing like children.
Okay. But like in their conversation, are they like talking like they're much younger than they are? Is this like a farm for like Android development or something like that? Or
When they're talking to each other, they're talking
Yeah,
to each other
like
they're playing. Yeah, I mean, it seems like kids, but the way they're talking to you is the way I'm expressing it.
So,
Okay.
sorry to interject. Just to be clear, there are some actual visually kids here, and some are adults, but they all have sort of a kid-like affect, or they're
Yes.
all adults with a kid-like affect. Okay, never mind.
Reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, well, let me go see if my friends are available to play too, and then we'll leave our weapons and our shoes outside, and come back later. Where are we right now? Where do you guys do you stay in the playground all day long?
Oh no, but this is one of our favorite places to play. We often, we spend a lot of time in the garden, and they point to a heavy bulkhead door to the side. Sometimes, of course, through the garden, we are summoned by the Chosen King. Do you seek audience with the Chosen King?
We would love to talk to the Chosen King.
Oh, right this way, and like they reach out to like grab your hand,
Oh,
like not
Let me go
like
get my
forcefully.
friends first. Yeah, no, I have to go get my friends first. We wouldn't want to be split up. We have a buddy system.
That's understood, and you don't want to get
Someone's
lost.
a dad.
Because the worst thing that could happen to you is if the Minotaur finds you. And if the Minotaur finds you, you're dead.
Wow. Does he come here often?
Not into the playground, thankfully. The Chosen King protects us. But he does lurk around every corner. You must be very careful.
Okay. What does he look like?
Your worst nightmare. It's different for everyone. But he usually stays in the labyrinth.
The labyrinth. And is the labyrinth close to here?
It is, yes. But thankfully, the court of the Chosen King is between us and the labyrinth.
Okay.
But there are
Okay.
stories that the Minotaur has broken the bounds sometimes. We know. We have lost friends to the Minotaur. It's horrible.
Ooh. Have you ever seen it yourself?
No, only the story. And they kind of look like they look at each other like looking around like as if, has anyone else seen the Minotaur? And they all sort of like shrug and say like, no, but we've heard the stories. We've seen the bodies.
Oh, wow. What happens to the bodies?
There's basically nothing left. Torn, shredded, half eaten.
Eaten.
That's what it looks like.
Wow. That's pretty scary stuff. Wow. The Chosen King must be really powerful if he can keep that away from you guys.
He is. He's a
Yeah.
frightening figure himself, but he only does it so that he can scare away the Minotaur. To us, he is our savior.
Wow. And are you guys from this facility? Were you made here?
They kind of like look at you like a little bit like that's kind of a rude thing to ask.
Sorry.
but they do say they say yes, we are from Eden.
From
We are the
Eden,
chosen.
okay.
We are some of the,
The
chosen.
chosen.
Yes.
Wow. Chosen by who? Sorry, I'm new here. So I'm just trying to learn my way around and make sure I don't do anything to upset anybody.
Well, if you're here and the Minotaur hasn't found you, and the fallen haven't torn you limb from limb, then you too must be a chosen. Welcome,
Oh,
friend.
good. That sounds amazing. I'd love to be chosen. Who are we chosen by?
You're chosen by the chosen king.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, let me go get my friends and we'll come back here in a few minutes. Okay.
Actually, I lied. I lied. That's just me making a mistake because I forgot. They say like you're chosen by Monarch.
Monarch. Okay. I've heard of Monarch, of course.
So distinct individuals then, yes? Or no? Are you making a distinction, John, or is that something that Mike should be
I
asking
made a
for?
mistake. They're not. They claim that they are being protected and that they were created by Monarch.
Interesting.
That their leader is the chosen
Is the
king,
chosen king.
who they claim is like the barrier who protects them from the ravages of the Minotaur. And
It's
the
not
Fallen,
Monarch.
and the Fallen, which is a separate person, separate thing.
Okay.
Do the Fallen work for the Minotaur?
They're not hesitating. I'm trying to think about how to phrase it.
Sure.
The Fallen understand how dangerous the Minotaur is. However, the Fallen are exactly that. They are despised in the eyes of Monarch.
Okay.
They are no longer embraced by his love and his protection.
I like whisper really low when I go, what makes the Monarch mad enough to abandon these people?
Any shred of nonconformity.
We all need to get along together, right? And we only can do that by working really well together.
Exactly, friend. This is
Mike's-
why you are
Mike's good at
chosen.
this.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. Sorry.
The Fallen, and what's even worse is that the Fallen actively hunt us down.
Wow. What for?
I don't know. I think it's jealousy. I think that they wish that they had Monarch's love like we do.
Okay.
But it's
Have
so
you ever
simple.
seen-
All they have to do is embrace him and bring him
Wow.
into his heart and to fight the Minotaur with us and to just obey the chosen king. It's not that hard and life would be good. They actually make insane false accusations that there is some sort of world outside of Eden.
Wow.
And they're all like, yeah, right. Outside Eden.
Yeah, that's crazy talk. That's crazy. That's something that a fallen person would say, I think.
Very true.
What am I missing, guys? Anything else?
I think you're doing great.
All right. Well, let me go get my friends. You guys keep playing, and we'll come back soon, and then you can tell us all about the. Have you ever seen the Monarch?
No,
No.
the Monarch is ineffable.
Okay. But he watches over you
He
and
watches
listens
over
to the
us.
things.
We
that-
know this in our
listens
hearts.
to
We
what's
can
going on.
feel his love. We can feel his protection.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, good. Well, I look forward to talking with you guys more after I go get my friends.
See you soon.
Bye. I shut that door.
Okay.
Click.
Yeah, what is
Honestly-
back there? You were there a long time.
All right, Mike, make a sanity save for me.
John, God damn it.
Well, if it makes you feel better, 10 out of 10
hell
line
yeah.
of questioning.
I made it by 3. I got 22 out of a 25.
Oh, so you got a critical success.
Oh, yeah. Does that mean I'm not a coward anymore?
No, you're still you're still a coward. But let's see. Roll a. Let's see. What can we do for a critical success on a sanity thing?
Does he get a toy?
I'm gonna say that because you like really dealt with them on their level, like immediately, like you kind of picked up what they were throwing down. I will give you. I'll give you a +10 bonus to any roll with relation to chosen.
Oh, fucking hell.
One
what a
time,
guy.
right?
Okay, like within reason. Don't try to cheese it, but because I can't really think of
No,
anything
of
off the top of my
course
head. But just
That's a one-time bonus.
until I say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Screw it up.
Mike, do you share all of this?
Oh, yeah, of course, David. Whenever you get out of the poop chute.
I say we excavate the poop chute. They sound very indoctrinated. And this is an android saying this, so that's a problem.
Well, that's very obviously the case.
I do think that, okay, so some of the interesting information, right? The Minotaur is a physical being that runs around and actually destroys things, right? Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the Chosen King is an actual physical being that intercedes somehow. Number three, the Monarch, which we already knew is an AI that was ensconced here somewhere, is like watching over everyone and is kind of like the benefactor of the Chosen, right? So those are kind of like our three big things that we got from that conversation.
Well, it sounds like the Monarch created them all, but the Fallen, either through the Minotaur or on their own devices, have escaped the thrall. I mean, maybe the Monarch isn't evil. Right? Maybe they're not evil, but like they are. Or maybe the Monarch and the King aren't evil per se. I think that's maybe a blunt word, but they are controlling, right? And none of the Chosen have left Eden. They don't believe anything exists out of it. It's a playground and a prison simultaneously, right? And the Monarch is kind of running. Yeah. It sounds like a panopticon via the Chosen, because the Chosen seem to be self-policing and they hate the Fallen. Now, it does sound like the thing that gives me pause is what I hoped to. Sorry, Matt, I'll go quick. What I'd hoped to hear is they'd never seen a body, and so what they were told was that the Fallen were killed, or the Fallen were like taking their lot or whatever. But it sounds like there is casualties involved, so the Fallen might not necessarily just be converting others; they might be killing those who won't be converted. Go, Matt. Sorry.
Well, I mean, there's the literal like biblical applications of this, right? Like the Fallen, they've tasted the fruit of knowledge. They know that there's something outside of Eden, right? Like these things have names for a reason, right? And so they have knowledge of that things are outside. And that's what separates them from God, from Eden, right? So
I think my thing is kind of like the AI Monarch wants these Chosen to basically follow his directives because they are his hands in the station, correct? Anyone who's not really part of him anymore, that is broken off, is considered a virus. So from Monarch's point of view, the Chosen are basically his functioning like extenders, and the Fallen are a virus that needs to be like eradicated so that he can get all of his like utility back, kind of thing. So if we want to stay on the good side of Monarch, then following kind of like the Chosen doctrine or assisting his his desired outcomes with them is probably the best way to not be obliterated by the AI whenever that opportunity is, arises.
Well, it's a great question. I would, David, the android, would say, and meta-wise, I mean this with no offense, I'm saying as Android, the mythology of the Abrahamic religions, again, no offense, I'm doing it as Android, right, talks of a Lilith, right, who refused Eden and refused Adam's sort of patriarchy and was seen as a villain. But I think Lilith has a grander story. Perhaps the Fallen do as well. Yes.
Maybe.
All right. So I think before we kind of decide, right? We've got two avenues. There is a third door.
Yeah, we should check it for sure.
Right. So let's be efficient with our time here. And while Mike's peeking through that door, Thulsa will peek through that bulkhead door if she can open it.
Okay, so it does appear to be open if you're going to try it.
Okay,
you're going to open it up.
Is there a window or is it solid?
It's solid, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she will. If she doesn't hear anything immediately on the other side, she'll, spin the wheel and open the door and kind of look through.
It's a bulkhead door, so actually, that's a good point going forward. Just to make things easy, if there's a bulkhead door, as long as it hasn't been breached in any sort of manner and it's closed, there's zero chance of being able to hear anything through one of those doors. Just so you know. But you open it up, and you start to Oh boy, man! Get those dice ready.
Right.
All right.
Maybe I should go up the poop chute. It's okay.
You see things and you hear things, and it's a fucking nightmare. David, this is an industrial scale room. Massive room.
Okay, will do.
It's huge. Picture like a convention floor, like the floor of the Indianapolis Convention Center or Javits Center or something like that, right? With a huge ceiling with struts everywhere, with jury-rigged lights that have been kind of placed on these struts that are kind of shining down. There are dozens of huge, massively tall, 30 meters tall, okay, like really fucking high, quivering pillars of phallic pseudo-flesh.
To be clear, I'm not in there. I don't see any of this. This is just Tulsa.
It's just Tulsa. Yeah. And there's dozens of them, right? There's like more than 30, right? And they're all over 30 meters tall, which is like close to like 100 feet, right? Something like that, right? Like massive things. And they're all just sort of like quivering just like a little bit.
A room of huge, giant dicks?
And they're growing amidst a bunch of collapsed, as just like I said, a convention center, of collapsed like exhibition booths. Like there's a whole bunch of like booths that have just been sort of like the cubicle room, just sort of scattered everywhere, right? But these huge stalks of pseudoflesh are sprouting from these ruined exhibition booths. The whole place stinks of like putrid ammonia and formaldehyde and urine, like that kind of awful acidic stench. The pillars of pseudoflesh are studded all over.
Oh, it got worse.
With horrible, tight, sphincter-like openings that sort of open and close, making sounds. Yeah, and out of that sphincters, they're bleeding pseudo milk. So there's like this creamy.
Damn, it just keeps getting worse and worse.
It doesn't get any better. Yeah. So this creamy white, vaguely Semenic fluid that is being ejaculated from these sphincters.
Oh.
It's pretty awful, yeah.
It is what it is, yeah.
I'm glad I went to the playground. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But even more horrible than that is that crawling in and out of those sphincters and around and on top of the stalks themselves are androids crawling like maintenance spiders, like all around the shafts of these massively tall pseudoflesh stalks.
Thulsa, what's in there?
I don't want to talk about it.
And there is the only sort of vaguely normal thing is that there is a similar to, like, remember, was in the cafeteria where there was a banner like over 1 billion sold or whatever. There's another there's another hanging banner that's been shredded down, that's been pulled down a little bit, but sort of hanging from the high ceiling that says CloudCon 25.
and it smells just like GaryCon. It's so strange.
Yeah, weird.
Con crud was a word I didn't know until playing Mothership, but
Yeah. So, and there are numerous exits out of here. They are all bulkheads. So there's the one that you came through, and then there's 3 other ones on the other walls, basically. It looks like just kind of orienting yourself, Thulsa. I guess you would have the presence of mind to know this, but maybe not, is that one of the bulkhead doors probably connects to the playground, just based upon where you're standing, right, and where you see one of the doors, okay? But don't forget, there's the room is not empty. It's crawling with androids that are kind of moving around the stalks. Like, they're not on the ground, not on the floor of the convention hall.
They're like crawling all over.
But they're crawling on the stalks themselves. And it just reeks. It's fucking horrible. And they're all wearing those gray jumpsuits, okay? They look just like the people that you saw on the playground. Now, roll time, Thulsa. So, needless to say,
can I also roll?
I need you to make me. This is way beyond your ken. You were not ready for this when you opened it up. You've never seen something so horrific in your life. I need you to make me a sanity save with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, this will be fine, I'm sure.
It's not going
okay, my target's a 45. I super failed. Okay, yeah, I got an 89 and a 98.
Okay, no, not a critical fail though, thankfully. But yeah, you fail. So you're like, what the? Okay, so you're gonna gain a stress.
Okay, that gets me up to 15.
Ooh, you know what that is too? That's a new that puts you into the red, Thulsa.
Yes.
You've made it to the red. Let's get you set up there. There we
Oh,
go.
feels so
Looking
good.
good. Looking good.
Feels so good. It's right down there.
All right, so yeah, so remember max is 20, then you're going to start losing stats. Your stats are going to start
That's
to go down.
fine. I've got far more stats than I need anyway.
So yeah, it's your mind just reels as you kind of take this in, and it's like the combination of also having just been thoroughly traumatized by the pseudoskin room where you crawled into a ball and only managed to gain your sanity back because your android talked you out of it. Now it all comes rushing back, but like twice as worse.
Yeah.
So that's the deal. What do you do? The androids crawling don't seem to notice you or pay attention to you.
Okay,
At least that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's one. Yeah, that's one good thing. The floor all seems regular. Like it seems like you described it, like regular floor, and then giant penises growing out of the floor.
Like a carpeted, like a low pile carpeted convention hall, right? With all these like junked exhibition booths. A lot of them have been obviously like forcibly pushed to the side to allow the stalks to sort of grow up and through. But there is a sort of like well, you're not moving into the room, but you can see that some of the floor around the stalks is sort of wet.
Gishy.
David,
All
you
right.
better label this room the bag of dicks room on the map.
I made it as diplomatic as
Milky Flesh Convention Hall. Okay, yeah. She's gonna Homer Simpson into the bushes and close that door right back.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Just like nope, nope,
Big
nope,
nope.
nope.
Yeah. Click. All right.
All right. So far in this adventure, we found several rooms of absolute horror and one tiny gold statue.
I'll reiterate again that trash pipe seems pretty appealing.
I think Trash Pipe is looking better now. That's for sure.
Yeah,
It's now squarely 3
Yeah,
p.m.
I'm really, I wasn't so much into the poop shoot before, but I am now. That turned me.
Well,
Before, I was thinking one way, and then you see something like this. No, not anymore.
Thulsa, you have to be a woman of modernity. Mores change. Some things become more exciting than they used to be.
Yeah, that is not one of them. I do not want to go into the room of giant dicks. Thank you.
Survival.
I'm not talking about that one.
Survival warning from your warden on high. Just a procedural thing. You've been adventuring in the deep now for 6 hours exactly. So you're halfway. 12 hours is the marker for when exhaustion kicks in. Okay. So there's a rule for exhaustion if you want to look them up there on page 32 of the PSG. But that is a thing that you don't want to have happen. So just be aware that you are halfway there.
I think we got to beat feet, guys. I think we need to retreat for a bit.
There is a good chance that we might have an artifact already with these marbles that we found, right? Like if somebody were to stash something of value, I mean that's what you do with things of value if you can't take them with you, right? You stash it someplace safe.
You might have another one too.
The gold monkey.
We might. Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? It might be worth. Do we have any way of? I guess back. If we go back to the bell, John. If we were to go back, is there more equipment there, or is there just more safety where we could like look at these things and evaluate, or get some help from maybe Arcady to kind of tell what these things are? Like, how do we know artifacts when we find them?
You don't. As far as you know, like what you've learned is what you know what I mean. Like I can't. You know what the bell is like.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to assess what you want to.
Right.
Fair. I do desperately want to meet the Fallen before we call it tonight because we have time, but it is wise probably to rest.
We're almost done. Actually. We only have like a couple more minutes.
Oh, that's true. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
so I was thinking another half hour. You're right. We have 2 minutes. All right. I think it's a logical move we have information? Do we want to
I
make
think
our
mainly, yeah, just the fact that Matt is like on the verge of blowing a gasket
Yes.
is probably.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I think it's wise. I think it's wise. Yeah, I don't want to leave Matt in the lurch, obviously. So why don't we retreat to reception and head to
Why
the
don't you
Bellevue?
write a note and put it in the poop chute for those dudes to find?
Sure. The only urgency I had about them is if they come back and excavate before we get there. So that's a great suggestion, Mike.
Yeah.
I will. I mean, I don't have paper and pen, but I presume you guys have something you wrote.
I do.
note
Yeah,
earlier.
Thulsa has a prescription pad and a pen. So
Here's what I'll do. It seems like the Chosen are either explicitly children or children skewing in psychology. I have to presume that is true of the Fallen as well. So I will take this piece of paper. I will first draw a childlike drawing of us in an idyllic way, if that makes sense. Like friendly, bigger head, not whatever, right? Like a version of us that would seem like safe in my mind as an android, as a child, right? And I'll have us holding hands with the Fallen, whatever they are. I don't know what the Fallen are, but I'll make them look like children, I guess, right? Like that's the sort of vibe. I'll have a couple on bracketed. Our party will be holding hands of a couple kids, and I'll say, if you make it out, I'll put our names down. We are friends. We support you. And I'll put that like on the other side of the trash in the pipe.
Okay, cool. Noted. Officially.
Also, is there anything? I'll put some food there. I don't know. Is there anything else I should leave there, guys?
No, I don't think so, David. We don't.
I'll just leave
My
that.
main thing was say something along the lines of like, I'm the person that you talk to in the pipe, and we are not enemies. We would love to talk to you more, but not at the end of a gun or something like that.
So I'll write me over my caricature of myself in a very kid-like way, right? My friends, I'll write above your names, and yeah, I'll add to the note let's play. No, let's.
Very patronizing.
I don't know.
I got it. I got the gist.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
warn
So,
them about the room of dicks over there.
and were you putting that? You're putting that on the statue or something like that, or what?
No. I'm putting it in the pipe. So
In the
it's not
pipe.
found by anyone else.
Okay.
Right on the other side of the trash, so that it would take a lot of effort to find it if you weren't digging out.
Okay, so you're gonna crawl back into the pipe again, then. All right.
Yeah, roll your dice. God damn you.
Everything takes time. Okay, so after you do that, then is the plan to retreat all the way back to reception and communicate with Arcady?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's time.
It's totally viable, but that's not something that we can just say happens, because there is checks that have to happen as you kind of go back. Because that will take some time, because you got to go up the elevator, blah blah blah, and make your way all the way back to the reception, right? So we'll pick it up.
My eyes out for Bebop and all of them while we do that, by the way. But yeah,
Actually, you know what? I can probably wing that out real quick. Let me just see.
do it.
What is it? It's not actually that far, because the lift is right by reception. So okay, so
Lobby and then lift. Yeah.
okay, so give me a second here. Just make a couple rolls. Okay. All right. So we're not going to put you right back at reception. Let's put it that way. So we'll leave it there on your journey back up to the elevator, and see what happens next time. So that'll do it. Cool.
Incredible.
All right. Good session, guys. Got a lot of good stuff done. Saw a lot of crazy shit.
I need
Fail.
a shower.
Failed a lot of dice rolls, but you found some cool stuff too.
I'm gonna go hug my kids after this episode.
Look, the trigger warnings were in good play this round.
I think I'm going to make a call. I'm sure probably going to catch some flack about this, but I'm thinking about, because of just saying if something you find is an artifact, but not giving you any sort of indication, like you would still have to do all the hard work of figuring out what it does, and and to value it as well, like to appraise it. You know what I mean? Does that sound like a happy medium? So I think there'd be, yeah. So here's the deal. You've found 2 artifacts so far, which is really great. One is the shit. Now I'm fucking I lost
The
it.
marbles.
The marbles. The marbles. Yeah.
monkey.
Marbles,
Yeah.
yeah.
The marbles are an artifact, and the other one, surprising, is not the rat. It is the syringe strapped to the EMP mine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, John, can I piss off Mike and Matt real quick and say, why don't you create like a radioactive effect on the artifacts and make us roll constant stress rolls until we off them? We get rid of them. What do you think, guys? I mean, an artifact's a powerful thing. I don't know how to conceive of this.
You guys hear David? I lost his signal.
And remember,
Is he still on the stream?
remember
It's a
your
little
primary
staticky.
your goals can change obviously as the campaign goes by because it's an emergent sort of campaign. But the setup here is that you're in a massive amount of debt. And you've been told by Thelema you're going in to the deep one way or the other, and the one way the easiest way for you to alleviate that debt is to get as many fucking artifacts as you can because they're all worth a lot of money. Right?
Yeah.
So you have your that automatically puts you in a kind of a cool dilemma because it's sort of like, do we use the artifacts to pay off our debt, or do we actually research what the artifacts do and use the artifacts, right? So it's a little bit different than your typical like D&D magic item, which is sort of like the reward is its function, right?
I never even conceived of them as being usable items, and I mean, I'm sure it was in the book, and I just like memory held it. But that's incredible. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind telling you that a thing is an artifact because you still need to figure out on your own what it does.
The magic words. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And or if you don't really care what it does and you just want it for the money, you still have to figure out how much money it's worth.
Right.
Right. So
right now, guys, we owe 99,999,950.
yeah. You owe quite a lot, but you're finding artifacts, which is good. All right. We'll leave it there. Lots to discuss and everything. Okay, so that'll do it. Thank you for watching and or listening to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. You have a solemn duty out there, and that is to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon, get notifications every time we publish new material. Subscribing to our YouTube channel costs you nothing, and it really, really does help us in the long run. But if you do have a little bit of extra cash on hand, hook us up with a Patreon subscription. You'll get access to some of our secret Discord channels, special Discord role and color and all that kind of good stuff. But most importantly, you also get access to our exclusive Dolmenwood campaign, our return to Dolmenwood. So starting with episode 2 and onwards, you must be a Patreon subscriber to get access to that. So thank you for all of the ongoing support from all of our patrons, our explorers, our delvers, and especially our conquerors. I'm going to not forget it before we actually read the conqueror names. Thank you to David for doing our overlay, graphics, and animation and art for this Mothership campaign, and to friend of the channel, Hank, otherwise known as Hellrude, for doing the awesome music intro. But Mike has the distinct pleasure of reading our awesome conquerors aloud. Go for it, Mike.
I will give Mike $100 if he does this without a single mistake. $100. I'll do it.
There it is on the table.
Can you do it? $100.
I can barely speak my own name without fucking it up. So let's just give this. Let's just see if I can get through it. We got a couple new people this week: Mike Butts and John Buchek. Thank you for joining up. And Scott Fournier, Sophia Pang, Carl Stephenson, Necrotic Gnome, woot woot, Demi 1997, Eric Manley, Todd Jeffcoat, Tyler Hackenberg, Christo Lute, Julian Jofo, Brutes Monkeys, Joshua Owens, The Mighty Martian, Christopher Bishop, Banana Hammock, AJ, Joe, the very distinctive Joe, Michael Sauer, Adam Lovelace, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Dustin Reedy, King of Joops, Rock of Sages, Arcane Lane, MP, Todd, Brawler Jake ain't joshing around, DM Dr. Rob, Robert Kenyon, Steve, Jeff Marino, Alan Barton, woot woot. Wait, Richard Barton, sorry. Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami MD, Samuel Dillon, Yesterday's Glory, Mike Small, Richard Barton. Okay, now we get the whoop whoop. Isaac, 2D10 plus 25 DTL Spencer, James Boyle, Doc Jones 73, Jackson Bates, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Saps, Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett, Mercury 605, Ruben K, Darger, Procyon, Dakota Nielsen, Cam, Stephen Quisenberry, John and Law Logan, the Kabrowskis, Magic Meat Machine, Tom Leary, Phil, Nakanu, Nick, Eric Lawson, Mando NZ, Faisal, Ted Gast, James Doig, Nefarious Gamer, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, Adam and Nora, MM, Michael Schilling, Stefano Di Maiolo, Ash Gabrielle, Chongus, Brawler Josh, Ainall Jake, Arno, Iona, Michael Walker, Mother of Romulus, Han Dandler, Summon Toast,
He might do it.
R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adam, Scott Yearsley, Mech Jack, Kick Maniac, Dire Grew, Tom Eric Garrettson, Matthew Mattis, Matt Walsh, Matt Mason, Matt Koenig, and Matt Young.
Mike, that was stellar. It's a stellar read.
Nice.
Well done. Let us know in the comments if I owe Mike $100. I'll take the picture.
For real.
It's all right, dude. You don't owe me no money. You can buy me a burger or something next time I see you.
That's great. It's a pleasantly long list. So thank you to all of our conquerors and all of the other supporters out there. We really do appreciate the ongoing support. It keeps us going. So until next time, folks, enjoy your week, and we will see you next time. Take care.
See you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.